Hey guys, and welcome back to another Row Builder YouTube video. Today I want to discuss and go over the different types of simulator map layouts. A ton of people have been asking me, hey, can you show us how to build simulator maps? How do you get your ideas for them? Everything like that, since that's mainly what I do. If you're new to this channel, here's the most recent map I have built for a game that I will be having come out at some point. We'll see how it goes. But this is my most recent map, alright? Now for this layout, I kind of just scribbled it in Photoshop, and then I went into Blender and made the ground meshes to match the shape that I scribbled out, and then I just kind of copy and pasted and changed colors and assets and everything like that. But this is one type of simulator map layout. Let me kind of dumb it down a little bit so before all the assets are on, you can kind of see what we got going on. Now, before you even start building, the layout of the map is the most important thing. It'll help every part of building. A very popular simulator map layout is a linear layout, so it would be something like this. You would have your spawn zone, we'll just say bright green, and then you would copy and paste this, Control D, and change this one. This one could be like a winter, for example, or like a desert. Yeah, there we go. And then you would copy and paste these, boom, and you would just keep going and make a bunch of different zones. This one could be a winter zone, like so. This one could be like a space zone. All right. So, wow, that's all the wrong color. All right. So the first like map layout for simulators is a linear map layout. Now, some successful games that have this layout would be Unboxing Simulator, Pet Simulator. There's so many actually. Bomb Simulator, Minion Simulator. Like a ton of games have used this layout, and a few of them have actually, varied it a little bit. So, for example, you could have this. Let me just copy and paste this, and you could, have two, and then your next map could be like this and like this, and you could kind of squiggle it and keep going like this. Let me just copy and paste these forward. So something like this, guys, would be another simulator map layout, and you would start here and you'd go through this, and maybe you could have your barriers curve so it doesn't seem straight blocky, and then you would just keep curving, and it does make the map seem a little bit bigger the more variation you do to it. So this is definitely another idea, and the one that I like the most, oh, a game that's used this, Night Simulator, I believe it was called, used a very similar map layout to this. It was very, very cool, and actually that's where I got the idea from, way back in the day. But the next simulator map layout would be kind of like what I have for that game I just showed you guys, which is pretty hard to do with parts, I would say. I mean, you could always union them, but you would have your spawn, and then you would have another part, like your zones around it, okay? So we could go like this. Over here, it could be our desert, and then we can duplicate this, resize it a little bit, and this could be, for example, a Candyland. Something like that will go pink. This can be a desert like this. And you would just kind of go around your spawn. So the green is your spawn, your central point, your lobby, whatever you want to call it. And you would be building around it, and the player would be here, and they could walk into whatever zone they choose. So, of course, you would have to buy them, and they'd be different increments of cash, whatever you're going to do. But this is probably my favorite simulator layout. It looks bad like this, but if we go into my actual game with it, as you can see, this centerpiece is the big spawn, a very big playable area, can hold a lot of stuff. You could do portals if that is something you needed as well. But yeah, this is probably my favorite layout. The most simple layout is definitely the linear one, and I'll show you guys why it's super important to have your layout beforehand, all right? So with this, if we just get a barrier, I guess I can make one real quick, a very simple one. I'm gonna make it like Magnet Simulator. Haha, watch this. All right, guys, and this is how to build Magnet Simulator. No, I'm kidding. So basically, boom, that, and then we'll go brown. I'm not really a fan of this brown. I like to kind of bump it up a little bit and go something like this. And then we will just have this as a group, Control G, and you would copy and paste these all along the edge. Now, of course, the more variation, the better. You know, some down, some up, some rotated, some back, some forward, stuff like that. And this is why it's very important to have your layout done. If you, for example, were to start with your borders, you're not going to make it too far. You'll have everything, but where are you putting them, right? So like if we just have the base plate, and a few games do that. I've done that for a few games, just a square map. That definitely works, but you won't make it as far if you don't have your layout. But like this would be the layout, and you could be very, very, very lazy with this if you wanted to be. Of course, the more lazy you are, the worse your build is going to look at the end. But you could be super lazy with this and just copy and paste these two sides like this, unselect this, boom, duplicate them right to here, and then just grab the tops of each of these models and then the bottoms and change the colors to match whatever zone you're putting them in. Now, this is definitely the most simple layout and the fastest layout. If you were just trying to rush out some sort of a cash grab game, this would be the way to do it, all right? All right, guys, so I just recolored everything to kind of match the zone that it represents. Now, this, once again, is a very, very, very simple and easy way to make a full simulator map. And the more effort you put in, the better it will look, of course. This is just for the layout, you know, trying to show you guys what different layouts you could do and have to make your games a little bit more unique. Now, this is a very, very overused layout. Not so much anymore. This kind of expired, I feel, but someone could bring it back if they brought it back in a big way. And I would try to, it is called like the linear layout, but I would try to avoid making it super linear. For example, the barriers I use in this zone would be normal because it's spawn, but the desert could, for example, have like old broken fences and dead trees, like something like that for a barrier. And the winter could have snow hills or mountains, and this could have UFOs for space, like stuff like that, guys. And try to make each barrier different, but the linear map layout is definitely a very simple one to start with, follow, very easy, and you can build little pillars for doors and everything like that as well. This layout is still my favorite, okay, because it just looks so cool. All right, not exactly right here, but once again, if we go to my game, this layout right here is my favorite layout that I've worked with or worked around so far. And just to tell you why, like, you see everything from where you are. All right, like if I'm here in spawn, I spawn into the game and I look around, whoa, there's just so much, there's so much to look at, okay, there's so much to explore. On this one, if you spawn in, you look straight. All right, there's not much looking around. All right, I have one way to go. This is a player mindset, by the way, guys. I have one way to go. I'm not really, there's not much I'm going to be doing here, okay? It just feels repetitive, which most simulator, the gameplay mechanic is repetitive, so the map needs to kind of make up for that in some sort of a way. But guys, if this video did help you out and you learned anything new, or you're going to use one of these layouts yourself, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Later.